During my teenage years, I was fascinated and really loved going to the gym. And as a result, I started researching and learning more about the human body and how to properly take care of it and improve it. Now I've reached the point where I know what to eat and when to eat it in order to maximize and be more efficient with my diet and my work. My name is George and I'm an 18-year-old from Greece. I've been going to the gym for almost 3 years and I've been a part of the self-improvement space for around 2.5. After a lot of time of doing my own research and also being a fan of these so-called experts, I decided that maybe I should become the expert. Maybe I should verify whether or not these things are true. That's why I decided to experiment on myself and see whether or not these diets actually work and how much do they improve the human body and the human psyche. That's why the last 10 days I decided to be very strict with my diet, my sleep, and my mental health improvement. And in order to actually find out what's going on, I will do my blood work and show you the result. My specific characteristics that you should know about is that I'm an 18-year-old male who works out, is sexually active, and also follows an animal-based diet. That I mostly consume meat and animal-based products like eggs and dairy and honey. But I also eat some bananas and potatoes. So based on the specific aspects of myself, maybe you should or could. Now, based on the specific aspects of myself, you can determine what's normal for you and what you should follow by this experiment. So let's start with the first meal of the day, which is basically a smoothie. It's about 1,000 calories and it keeps me full for about 2 to 3 hours till I have my next and biggest meal. And here we have all the ingredients: a banana, milk, Greek yogurt, peanut butter, and honey. So let's show you the measurements. So in the mixing bowl, I put around 300 to 350 grams of milk. Then I add a whole banana inside. Then I add about 200 grams of Greek yogurt and also about 50 grams of peanut butter. And finishing off with 30 grams of honey. So now it's done. It's this pretty tasty actually milkshake. So, what is an animal-based diet and why am I following it? An animal-based diet mostly consists of meat and dairy and some fruits. The reason that doesn't have any pasta, any bread, or anything that contains grains is because grains create a ton of brain fog, for me especially, and I can't even think straight. I totally black out, which is not ideal for what I'm planning to do in my life and also my current work. I need to be able to focus in my deep work tasks and not be distracted by brain fog and stuff. Also, by keeping grains and processed carbs out of my diet, I also make sure that my insulin doesn't spike in like abnormal levels and it just stays where it should be staying. Because I eat mostly beef and also I eat some of the organs of the animal, I get all the vitamins that I need so I'm not deficient. So how do you increase your testosterone? That's something that has been bothering me for quite a bit. So I decided to go do some research finally. And what I came up with was simple, to be honest. So what are the basic blocks of building your own testosterone right from the scratch. Firstly, you need to understand that testosterone is made up basically by cholesterol. So, I'm not saying that you need to have like a crazy high cholesterol, but without it, you can't build testosterone. So, we need foods rich in cholesterol, such as meat and eggs, which have lots of saturated fats that we can use for our building blocks. Also, because our bodies have adapted and created a survival mechanism when we are in a caloric deficit, which means that we lose weight in that period of time, our body has to prioritize its survival. And after that, the body can focus on building other hormones that are majorly associated with reproducing. So, we have to cover that need by being in a calorie surplus, meaning that we gain weight. So the mind understands that, okay, we are not starving to death, we have plenty of food and we have plenty of resources, meaning that we are at a certain period where we can reproduce. So the body can now freely create new testosterone. Another thing that I found that was really shocking was that sunlight actually played a vital role in building testosterone. Another thing that I found during my research which was completely shocking, was that sunlight played a vital role in building testosterone. And why is that? Firstly, being exposed to certain types of sun ray like UVA helps with building your vitamin D, and also it really helps regulate your hormones, and especially cortisol, which actually has a significant role on whether or not your testosterone can be built. Well, you see, cortisol is the stress hormone. Now, these cortisol spikes might sound a little bit terrifying, and everyone knows that being stressed is not something that is desirable. And what can we do about it? Well, by looking at sunlight, especially during the sunrise, by absorbing the UVA light, because UV radiation is separated in like two major parts. There's UVA and UVB, and there is a UVC, but I don't know much about UVC, unlike the other two. UVA is the type of UV that we need for our vitamin D production and for our hormonal regulation, and UVB is the one that actually causes sunburns. During the early stages of the day, like during the sunrise, or in the late parts of the day, like the sunset, there's more UVA rather than UVB. And or when the sun reaches its stop point, so we have more UVB rather than UVA, and that's why we get sunburned. By looking at sunlight in the early stages of the day, we can spike our cortisol at that point of the day, and then it stays level throughout the day, meaning that by not being stressed throughout our day, we give room and resources to our brain and our body to create more testosterone. So now we have proper diet and sunlight, which mixes in with our mental health and our hormone production. Well, last but not least, it's sleep. A good night of quality sleep can play a major role on whether or not we'll feel refreshed or tired we have, and which hormones will actually get produced throughout the day. A good night's sleep, especially one with lots of deep sleep in it, will actually help a lot on whether or not we feel rested, obviously, and our cortisol levels and in general our hormone levels throughout. So based on these three topics, I will try to maximize the efficiency of all these three and actually see which of the three plays the most crucial role and which ones don't really matter that much. So now we are ready to eat our lunch, which consists of a 600-gram ribeye steak, two potatoes that I baked in the air fryer with olive oil and butter, some feta cheese with olive oil and oregano, butter to dip the meat in, and some oranges. Enjoy! So today it's the beginning of day 4. The previous 2 days were quite simple and relaxing, to be honest. On day 2 it was a national holiday here in Greece, and as a result I went out to the beach for my first swim of the year, to be frank, which was really nice because the water was like cool. It wasn't cold, but it wasn't warm either, which was amazing, to be honest. And on day 3 it was like just a casual day here. I went to work and I've had my normal meals as I've explained in the previous clip. I also went to the fields, so I got my dose of sunlight as well. Because of my job, I've really messed up my sleep schedule. Because previously I was working like till 1 a.m. and I was going to bed like 2 or 3, and then waking up the next day at 11 or 12, which for me is like not ideal at all because I'm such a morning person and I really want to seize the day, and due to that I couldn't. So I tried to go to bed last night at like 12 at least, like gradually bringing it back to normal, because I decided to like not focus that much on this job and like be able to do other stuff and enjoy my summer for at least 1 month, as from the next month and so on my uni starts again, and that's another hustle. Today I woke up at around like 10:30, which was a bit of an improvement, and I went to the farmer's market to get some potatoes because I've run out. About my blood tests and stuff, because this is a period of like Greeks taking time off work, it's a little bit difficult to book an appointment with my doctor, who will be back like on Monday. So until Monday, I have to stick on my good habits and diet. And after he's back, I'll book an appointment. And after that, I'll go do my blood work and get our results. So it's day 7 today, and I went to the doctor. He gave me this specific test to do in order to check everything in my blood. And I'll probably go in like 2 days to get my blood work, which means that it's now or never. I need to be on point with my diet for these next days. Otherwise, all my hard work will be, because I won't be able to see my true potential. Hello everyone. I just got back from my blood tests and I got the results here. I need to let you know that for the past 2 days before I did my test, I did carnivore, which means that I only ate meat, eggs, feta cheese, and drank water. Okay, this was quite a change, but not such a dramatic one, as my previous diet that I showed you earlier actually was really low carb as well. Like the only carbs came from the banana, the potato, and the milk. And I was already below 100 grams of carbs a day, like for sure. And also because I'm really active and the job that I do is really physical, I'm definitely sure that I burned most of the carbs daily. Anyways, when I got to the doctor's office and got to pick up my blood tests, he told me that they were excellent. They were phenomenal. I was in picture perfect condition. I was as healthy as a horse. And when I told him that I only ate meat, he could not believe me. He didn't believe me. He told me, I don't believe you. It's not possible. It's not. You have great genetics, which I don't. I don't have great genetics. I'm just an ordinary guy. I'm just as normal as you. Let's start with the most basic ones at first, and then I leave the best for last, because it blew my mind when I saw it. I was so happy and excited. These are my results, okay? So not lying. 100. My cholesterol was 168 milligrams per deciliter, which is like super normal and super healthy. Like, I'm not even above the threshold just by eating meat completely. I'm sure it will change by continuing doing carnivore, but for now it's like, wow. My HDL is like 43 milligrams per deciliter, which is absolutely fine and normal. And my LDL is 112. It's not even above the threshold. Like, wow. My iron is 81 micrograms per deciliter, which is like pretty good. It could be better, but it is very, very good. It's like in the normal healthy levels. And previously, I I must had an iron deficiency, because every time I got up, I could see a lot of stars in my eyes, which is like not good, because it means you have an iron deficiency. And yeah, my minerals are pretty good as well. Also, something that really mattered to me, because for a long time I wanted to like be a volunteer and give out blood, and I couldn't, because the last time I went to like give blood, they told me that I had too low of an hematocrit, and it was like 39.7%. I think it's percent, which is here. Yeah, percent, which was like really low, and they didn't allow me. And one of my goals was like to get it up as well in order to be able to give blood. Now it's at 49.6%, a huge increase, which means that I'm now even in a better shape. I have more to give, and I'm really happy about that. Now, for the last and best part out of them all, the one that makes me actually so fucking happy. I'm ecstatic. I'm feeling great. My testosterone. Yes. I got back my testosterone results. Guess what? Actually, my previous tests, where I tested my testosterone, was at like 455 nanograms per deciliter. Back then I was 17, and for my age group, like normal would be above 500, and I was like, I was feeling like shit, because I was below the threshold. I felt healthy, kinda, but I wished it was more, and it really messed with me. I know it shouldn't, because like, okay, you can have high testosterone and scratch your balls every day, and have low testosterone and do stuff, but it was something that I felt that it could be better. Back then my diet was like the average gym bros diet. I was eating like high processed carbs, very little red meat actually, and like my protein was from eggs and stuff, which eggs are fine and eggs are great, but not enough. Okay, it was 455 nanograms per deciliter. Now it's 807 nanograms per deciliter, almost double my testosterone. Double. Are you kidding? This is insane. And I don't want to make excuses, but the previous night I couldn't sleep because like I was a little bit nervous about going for the tests because I wanted to see improvement and I was expecting improvement, but I was fearing for like what if what if my testosterone is the same level as before? Well, obviously it isn't. It's double now. That's my whole testosterone. My free testosterone is 43.1 picograms per milliliter. I don't know how that translates to like, is it like 4,310 picograms per deciliter? I don't know how it I actually translates to, but it's pretty close to the upper limit. Like in this paper, I mean, the limits here are bullshit because like they make the limits by measuring a whole population in like a city or a whole or in a lab, and they get out their certain results. Like in one city, the upper threshold for like testosterone could be 1,200, but in this city it's like 950 the upper threshold. So yeah, I'm in this in this city. I'm in the upper class of testosterone, I guess. And my vitamin B12, 659 picograms per milliliter, which is like pretty good actually, because like I'm in the normal levels and a little bit more, like above the middle, like above average. But damn, man, double testosterone. Now my goal is to like make it 4 digit, like 1,000. I think I could do that. I think I could. I think if I better my sleep more, follow carnivore for a little bit longer, and perfect what needs to be perfected and optimized for that amount of testosterone, and I think I'll be fucking phenomenal. I'm very ecstatic and very happy right now by these results, but I know that I can be better. I can be better. Like I'm almost 19. I'm still in my prime years. I can do better. The thing is, if you can do better, I know you can do better. I know that you would love to have my numbers here. Like imagine, I don't wanna brag or something, but imagine having that much testosterone, which means you can build muscle faster, and you can be super good in bed. Wouldn't you just love to be able to get hard whenever you please, and please your woman as much as she needs to, and her to be happy, and you to be happy, and have a better sexual life, better relationship, better everything. Your life will be better. Wouldn't you just love that? Huh? Instead, by eating like shit. Most people eat like shit, and I'm talking to most people at this here moment. I'm sure your testosterone is like okay in the normal levels, but is it actually healthy? Are the normal levels here start at 118 nanograms per deciliter. 118. The normal range. Like if you have 200, oh, you're healthy. 200 nanograms is like in the lower ends, which means that like you get hard like once a day. You don't have enough testosterone to like help your body build muscle fast. And because I don't wanna like brag and stuff, and I wanna help you and someone you know that needs it, you can add me on Instagram. If you want, I will put my username down in the description and we can talk about it. I wanna help. I do wanna help. I love helping people. Like, it feels so good bringing someone up with you in this journey and making their life better. Like all the previous people that asked for my help and I gave them some good advice and they followed it. And now they feel way better with their lives. They are more healthy and stuff. I feel good after doing that. I love that feeling. Like, for example, I won't say his name, but a person, a family friend that was like obese, overweight. One day we sat down at a dinner table and I made him a gym program to follow. He was consistent and good job and followed the program and actually lost the weight. Now he's looking way better. And I think he has a girlfriend now, actually. I don't know, I'm not sure, but I think he does. Only because he asked for help, received it, followed it, and now he can bear the fruit of his effort. I want to help you too. So shoot me a message. It's like not that hard. We can talk about it. Anyways, don't forget to love yourself and peace. Mwah!